what is up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Luz del Cielo and I am so glad you're here. And yes, I did get a haircut, but enough of that. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 10 tips for back to school, or maybe not even back to school, just school in general, because I know that by the time this video goes out, a lot of people would have been back to school already, including myself. So these tips you can implement at any point of the school year. I just wanted to make them available at the beginning so that you can implement them as soon as possible. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. So tip number 1, organize your workspace and your supplies and even your room, your house, whatever. Organize all your spaces in a way that is easy for you to do stuff and that is convenient for you to do stuff. If you want to study biology, make sure that you have all your materials available within your reach, so you don't have to be constantly getting up and looking for things, because that is going to be very distracting from your studies. So something that a lot of very successful students do is that they think ahead. And how do they think ahead? Well, they plan stuff. They use their agendas and plan things. They write down everything that's on the syllabus, or if the teacher says what's coming up in the future, they write it down. Even if it doesn't happen, at least it was there just in case it did, and you can always just cross out things and move things in your agenda. So use your planner, guys. Also plan ahead by every night planning out your outfit, packing up all your stuff, and even planning your day. So if you want to study something the next day, make sure that the night before or even the weekend before that you plot out time specifically for that thing in your day. Speaking of planning, another tip to do is to create an actual study routine for each course and actually stick to it. So for example, if you're taking math or something, make sure that you plot out times in the week for you to practice the math, so that you have a routine. So every Tuesdays you do your math problem. Do that for every course. So, and when you are studying, then make sure that you focus more on things you don't know rather than things that you do know. Because if you're studying and you know half of the material that you're supposed to know and you don't know the other half, but you keep reviewing this material, you're not going to get any better in this material, and you'll only know half the stuff when it comes to your tests. So once you already know all of this, you know it, focus on what you don't know, so that way you can increase your chances of getting a good grade. So you can change it from, let's say, 50% to 75 or even 80% of knowledge. So how do you study things that you don't know, or even in general? A lot of successful students will take practice tests and quiz themselves often so that they can see where they're missing, and then they can make the decision on what to focus on. Constantly be quizzing yourself and testing your knowledge so that you know exactly what to study next and what to focus on. Tip number 6 is to keep your mindset in check. Make sure that you do not stumble on a fixed mindset when it comes to certain courses or even in general. Make sure that you are constantly in that growth mindset and that you are constantly motivated. And if you feel like you're missing motivation, then do whatever it takes to get motivated and get back on the right track so that you can keep on working hard. Tip number 7 is to stay healthy, and I'm talking sleeping, hydrating, nutrition, mental health, and also physical health through exercising. So do whatever it takes to keep your body healthy so that your mind can work the way it should work, because when your body is healthy, your mind is healthy, and your mind is able to grow more. And again, growth mindset, if you are healthy, you can grow more physically, so can your brain. And yeah, stay healthy, guys. Number 8 is to create the right environment. So when you're studying, sometimes you prefer to study a certain way for certain things. So for example, if you're studying for biology or something, you want to study outside, and when you're studying for reading, you want to study in a library. So find the environment that works for you, even if it means switching it up for every course. And yeah, just go through a checklist. Should you study with people or should you study alone? Should you study in a loudish place or in a very silent place? Should you study with nice bright lighting or do you want dim lighting to be able to focus and relax? So make a checklist, and it might be different from each course, but just make sure that you know what environments work best for you so that you can focus more on your studies rather than being annoyed by the wrong environment. This environment also includes your rewards and your breaks, so make sure that you have the right amount of breaks and the right rewards to give yourself during the breaks and even after your session of studying. So that you can feel a little bit slightly more motivated with little mundane things.
Tip number 9, this is
Tip number 9 is to learn outside of class. Make sure that you're constantly learning outside as well, not just in the classroom, because inside the classroom you're going to be learning what the professor wants you to learn and what the professor has time to teach you. So when you learn outside of class, you can expand your brain, you can have that growth in your mind. Don't just practice what you learned, learn more about what you learned. You can even impress your professors and your professors will like you. Which brings me to my 10th tip: create a good relationship with your professors so that you can, be able to ask questions more confidently and more comfortably, not just so that your professor will give you the extra point. Those are all the 10 tips that I have for today. If you enjoyed all of these tips and you plan on putting them into practice, then give this video a big thumbs up. If you have any more tips to give any other students and me, then leave those down in the comment down below, and subscribe as well right here if you haven't already. And yeah, with all of that being said, I'll see you next time, and have a great and amazing and productive day, week, month, and year, and change the world, you guys. Peace out, you girl is out.